Ball State Sports Link's Third Down Chirp is delivered by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Visit papajohns.com today for more info.
Greetings from Mobile, Alabama, the host city for the GoDaddy Bowl, as the Ball State Cardinals are going head-to-head with the Arkansas State Red Wolves, and Sports Link's got you covered as Third Down Chirp is right here in Mobile, Alabama. Hello, everybody. I'm Luke Martin alongside Zach Hughes and Tyler Bradfield. The band is playing. Everyone's excited. The big game Sunday night. It's a day before here Saturday night, but the environment's unbelievable, fellas.
This is a lot of fun for us. We get to come down here, record Third Down Chirp, and have a good time with the game tomorrow night. It's awesome.
I mean, look at all this going behind us, the people, the bands, the atmosphere. It's unreal here in Mobile, but I'm looking forward to the GoDaddy Bowl on Sunday coming up.
And we're kind of in uncomfortable territory. These are Arkansas State fans around us watching it, but they're very eager to hear what we have to say. But this has been a great week. That's the thing about bowl games, is it's just not game day. It's a whole week of great events, and the Ball State Cardinals were able to go out throughout Mobile, Alabama, to all of the great sites for terrific events. Guys, from the events the team was able to go to, which one really stuck out to you, Zach Hughes?
Well, not necessarily the teams, but this event tonight with the parade and the party for all the fans. You get all the fans together, you get the bands together, a little battle of the bands going on behind us. It's just a lot of fun tonight.
The one that stood out to me in terms of events, does it get much better than this? Both teams, a luncheon on Friday afternoon, and who shows up to speak? Legendary NFL quarterback Brett Favre. Pretty cool for guys like Keith winning.
No doubt about that. I'm sure Keith probably asked him for a little bit of advice to play there on Sunday, because Brett Favre knows what he's doing, as he'll be in the NFL Hall of Fame someday. But the one event to me that really stood out was when they were able to go and tour, when I say they, the Ball State football team was able to go tour USS Alabama, a battleship that was used in World War II. And anyone that knows Coach Limbo, he is a huge history buff. He was so amazed by the tour exhibit. He was the last one off the ship. Everybody was on the bus and ready to go. But I don't think they're going to leave the head coach behind, as he's a pretty important piece for the game on Sunday. But we were able to go out to practice and catch up with the Cardinals and ask them what their favorite event was during the GoDaddy Bowl week, but also previewing the game Sunday night.
Mobile's a great city, and I'm a big fan of the Gulf Coast. I like coming down here. About 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I started coming to New Orleans to recruit when I was at Lehigh University. I've been to the Florida Panhandle some. I've been through Mobile a couple times, so I really like this area, the culture, the food, the people, the hospitality. Football's important down here, so and obviously going to see the Alabama today, the battleship. Being a fan of 20th century history, that was really special as well. It's very similar to a first game. Yes, this is a very talented opponent. They've got some scary guys in terms of athletes on offense, and you mentioned Carruthers on the defensive line. There's a bunch of other guys that certainly you have to be well aware of them throughout the course of the game. But similar to the first game of the season, it's critical in these bowls that you don't beat yourself. You don't turn it over, you don't have silly penalties, you don't have undisciplined play. And watching all these bowl games over the course of the last 2 weeks, it's pretty obvious that some teams have been able to maintain that kind of discipline and some haven't. We need to make sure that we're one of those teams.
As you can tell, the Ball State players and coaching staff and community loved coming down here to Mobile throughout the week for all the great events leading up to the big game Sunday night. Want to talk about the game, guys? Let's talk about the game Sunday night in the GoDaddy Bowl. We've already talked about much of the game in our GoDaddy Bowl special, 1 hour special. But just recap, what are you going to be watching in the game and then your X factor for the game.
I'm anxious to see how the offense starts out because they haven't played in a while. And you look at it, UCF versus Baylor game. This Baylor offense was extraordinary, and they could barely put up points for a while there. So I'm anxious to see how the Ball State offense gets going, especially now that Joey Lynch is the play caller with Rich Straussy gone. But with that being said, I think my X factor for the game is Nathan Ollie on that defensive line. If Ball State wants to stay in this game and wants to win their first ever bowl victory, the senior captain on the defense, he's going to have to play well.
Something that jumps out to me, Zach, is definitely the second half, because Arkansas State has played in 5 football games this year where one, they've either been trailing or tied at halftime and came back to win that football game. So I think the second half, because Ball State, when you look at their fourth quarter, is the only quarter they've been outscored on this season. In fact, if you take the fourth quarter itself, they have a record of 5-4-3 in the fourth quarter. So with that being said, the second half, regardless the positive margin at halftime, and also what type of productivity do they get from Juwan Edwards in the backfield, he's got to average upwards of 6 yards per carry.
And you mentioned the 2 games that Ball State lost this year. What was the half they struggled in? The second half, North Texas didn't get any points. North Illinois just really struggled to get anything going against the Huskies. For me, huge shocker here. One of us had to do it. I'm going with Keith Winning for the X Factor for the game on Sunday night. Remember, Cardinal fans, be sure to watch our full-length GoDaddy Bowl special. It's 1 hour long, and it features great stories on Keith Winning, Willie Snead, Jonathan Newsom, Zane Fakes, all of the main X Factors. That guys will be sending off fireworks hopefully Sunday night on the scoreboard. It should be a lot of fun Sunday night. Be sure to listen to the game with SportsLink Radio as Tyler Bradfield and Sean Stewart will be on the call. That does it from Mobile, Alabama. For Zach Hughes, Tyler Bradfield, I'm Luke Martin. Enjoy the game Sunday night and go Cardinals.